Hi guys, if you have read the title, you must have a lot of time on your hands. Wrong server. Hold on. I gotta join the one called Nerd, which is Wolf's SMP. I'm gonna tell you the story about Wolf's SMP as soon as I'm capable of getting out of this, because this is my server. I forgot to put myself in creative mode, it's normal. Anyways, Wolf's SMP. It's in creative right now, so it's not officially like an SMP. This is my room for whenever I need whatever. It's fine. But Wolf made all of this by him. Now, of course, my story isn't gonna be the same as most people's stories, but they're gonna be decently similar, possibly. I know I'm flying and I'm like really slow at looting, but to be fair, it has been a while. Okay, well, we'll just slash TP S and just hope for the best. Oh yeah, I gotta fall. Okay, well, it's gonna take me a while to find the actual server part, but for the time being, what is this? What? Okay, well, I don't know what that is. Cool. I don't even know what that's for. So basically, in Wolf's SMP, it started out normal, like everyone was not having a nice time, and someone by the name of Uni decided to make a storyline, and Wolf was alright with this since Wolf was the one who created the server. We were practically all under her control. I'm getting a lot of text right now, so sorry. Yeah, hold on. I'm just trying to see what the coordinates are to the actual base itself. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I was actually not doing that. That's SMP. That's Roblox. This has nothing to do. The Wolf's SMP. It might actually just not have anything about it. And I might just be looking for nothing, but yes, basically. So Wolf's CMP, SMP, whatever. 192 negative. It just really started with Uni making UOF. Okay. And crap, that was a different server. I'm saying a lot and. It's because I'm just looking through like so many clips and I really want to tell this story. but I gotta find the location of the actual server itself. Okay, well, I have nothing about it, okay? Sorry. It's gonna take forever to find it. But EOF is something that Uni made, and I was made vice president. Now, there's a few other people. We got Abe, Timmy, Wolf, me, Sonic, Uni, River Styx, and River Lime. Now, there's this one. There is another nickname that River Lime does go by, but I'm not exactly sure if I'm allowed to say it. So I'll ask permission until the next video. But anyways, yeah, there's a lot of people. I was vice president. Abe and Timmy also lived in EOF. Wolf, in her country, Syra, kind of just lived alone in their own place, I guess. Yeah. But Wolf at that time was very mean. Very, very bad person. She was very controlling and abused her power a lot. I was just a normal guy. I was on a controller. I didn't even have a PC at the time. So there's like nothing I could really do to enhance my PvP skills as a whole. But I was the first one to make the Nether portal. And I was also first one on the server to get full diamond armor, but that is later in the story. I was having a nice day, and me and Wolf already had like a bad past with each other, so like I didn't really expect too many nice things from her. That was a good thing because she immediately put Abe on her side to try and kill me and steal from my house. I had a friend. His name was Luke from a long time ago, and he had a tendency of just burning everything. So it really helped when the new Nether came out. So after all that, I just got used to making my house out of blue wood due to caution and stuff. I mean, I could have made it out of like stone or something, but I wanted it to be some sort of wood, and I really like the blue wood, and I still do to this day. You could actually make several things like doors and gates and stuff out of it, instead of just being stuck with stone bricks, being able to make walls and slabs. It's always nice. Anyways, yes, what I was talking about. So, I had a nice farm outside the house. If I can find Syra. If I can find Syra, I can just find anything. This is gonna be a bad clip because I'm saying like way too many times and going off topic. But oh, here it is. Here's Syra. Oh my god. Taking a screenshot of the coordinates. Oh, yes, it's it's changed. Like here, there used to be two houses very similar to that one, and it was destroyed for some reason. We don't look at that. So I was having a nice time for like the first week of playing, and my blue house was where this house, which Uni made out of tutorial, used to be. And then she had like a big tree house made out of mostly logs and leaves, and I got her probably half the leaves and a fifth of the wood. And she made a wall from by that wood structure over there, all the way to across here, and it stopped somewhere along these lines. And then there used to be a waterfall. I think there still is a waterfall. Yeah, there's a bridge and it leads to... It's not even a waterfall, but you know. But that's what she works with, I guess. Haven't seen that place before. This used to be a lot different. And since it was changed to creative, there's been a lot more builds and a lot more changes. None of that was there. It was literally just my wheat farm, and that used to be actually right here, and this used to be more of like a hill thing. Like it used to be more curved, more stairs things. But I had this huge berry farm, and it was right around here. Actually, I know that because my house was actually right here. So the berry farm was like right on this side, and there's a path. And this is the nether portal I made. It's fun. And of course, it had to happen after another like week or so of living there. I just had to be kicked out for some reason. Someone just decided, oh, it's just time we just kick them out. So Wolf came over, and I was supplying like all the diamonds for people, still vice president and stuff, and Wolf just came over to Uni after several times of killing her and threatening her, because she had already killed Uni a few times by threatening her to like give her netherite or else blah blah blah. Someone. By the way, that structure was made in creative, so I'm not checking that till later. This was Timmy's house, and okay. Anyways, back to what Wolf was doing. So this time she threatened to kill Uni unless she kicked or like exiled me basically out of what was half of my own country, because I built half of it. I gave everyone the riches, the food for the most part, the vegetable food, I guess. I gave the nether portals. I had nothing to do with that. Pretty sure that was made in survival. Yeah, that was made in survival. But I did so much. And then I was just exiled like that. So, before that, Wolf had done quite a few things, like come over to UOF and start burning these trees down, or breaking down the walls. And, like, once or twice, she came over to my house and tried to burn it with lava, even though it was, like, one of the few types of wood that was not only colored in an unnatural color, but also unburnable. And she looked at it for like a solid like 10 seconds. And then she looked back at me and then placed lava, burned the both of us, but not to death. And then I started ranting about how stupid she was. So she went into my house, which had like 10 dogs, and I tried to find a place to hide my chest beforehand because I expected that this would happen at some point. And it was in the corner of my house, but I realized that was just a really dumb idea. So I just stopped it, but left the hole there, and for some reason, my first ever dog that I got hid there, which is good because it was the only good dog that survived because Wolf couldn't find it. And she had Abe go up to the top floor and like block me off to like steal my things, and I had quite a bit of furnaces. Luckily, I found a new place to hide it where there was like there was a forest here. Okay, there was like a mini forest just along these lines too, and there was a few trees, and I just hid them. I think it was right here. It was right here. It has been like 2 years since I've played on this. How do I remember that? Now I just gotta, okay. But they were like 2 double chests. Oh my god, I'm surprised that I knew that. And like no one found it besides Abe, but like after that, like Abe went on my side, or he was neutral, I guess. And then she basically did the same thing again. So afterwards, like the walls started condensing slowly in until they were like right around here, and I was just walking over to my mine, which was somewhere around here. I don't know. Oh, it was this, I think. Yeah, it was this. And I would go here every day, even after like I found river sticks, which is the same account as River Lime, but they are 2 different people, and I hung out with River Six way more. Of course, I really wanted the stairs, but I didn't make the stairs. I got the materials for it, but I didn't make them. Okay, I think, okay, everyone else mined way up here, and they mined forever, never found diamonds. But I mined right over here. Here's where I stored all the stuff. And the reason why I found so many diamonds is not only because I was lucky, but also because I had so much of my life to waste on this. And it was such a pain just to walk back and forth to get new pickaxes and more torches. Oh, it still goes on? Okay, yeah, sure. It still goes on. So much of my life just wasted. I mean, I guess it wasn't exactly wasted because it did contribute to the rest of the story and the rest of how people thought about me, I guess. But this okay, I'm gonna rewatch the recording, and it's 100% above like 100 blocks, so it's probably above 500 blocks of mining. I don't know, because I forgot how long this was, but it's obviously really long. Anyways, while I was like mining through all this, I found so many diamonds, and like all these holes that you see is rather from gravel, diamonds, or stuff that we really needed at that moment. Can't even see the end. Of course, River Six was just walking on the wall when I was going back up just to go to my secret chest, and I did do air quotations. And he was like, "Hey, you wanna just live with us?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he led me to this place, which I'll go to as soon as I find the end of this goddamn strip mine. How long is this? Oh my god, it's over 1,000 blocks. It's like 2,000 blocks. It's over 2,000 blocks. What? What? Oh my god. While I'm telling the story, I'll just keep going. So I went over to the base. They had like a little miniature castle. They made it on like really nice land, and there was a stairway going all the way down their hill or whatever that led to a huge sugarcane farm that it was all around this lake. I mean, now something happened to it, so it's like completely destroyed, but it was huge. I had to use like my frost walker to just like, and it took me like a whole minute with the frost walker just to get it. Why is there just random redstone here? Oh, is this the end? Did I finally find the end? Okay, it probably strip mined a little bit further, somewhere in there, but that just remember, this strip mine is over 3,000 blocks, and it was in survival. Anyways, god damn it. Okay, when I can figure out how to do this, yeah. So just continued mining for them. They had a decent amount of materials, but I made their basement for them. I got pretty much the rest of their materials besides food. They had a ton of food. And yeah. But I got them all these materials, and Uni was just sick of Wolf and what she was doing. And Wolf, like, every time that I went to, like, somewhere else and, like, made a new base, she would just make a copy of this to go into creative, and then to find my base just to, like, grief it and steal from it. And I mined so much for so long, and eventually, River Styx got me a Fortune 2 pickaxe. Maybe Fortune 3, I don't know. So, like, half this mine was also from me mining with a Fortune 2 pickaxe, or half the diamonds, maybe, okay, most of the diamonds, I guess, like, 4/5, I don't know. It was from me mining with the Fortune 2 / Fortune 3. So yeah, that means, yeah, we did have, I don't know, 26 blocks of diamonds. Quite a bit! Quite a bit if you ask me. Especially since this was before the new update, where diamonds are now just less rare, like a lot less rare. And this is just a strip mine. Yeah, I did have the llama. I had a friend llama in that cave. Where the hell am I? Oh, I'm over here. I remember when those stairs over that lava that I just went over, used to be just the halfway mark. If only that was true to this day. But yeah, we had over a stack of iron blocks. We had 26, I think, blocks of diamond, 2 blocks of netherite from Uni, and with that we made enchanted netherite armor. And if you get netherite, I've heard that netherite gets more luck with enchantments. I'm not exactly sure if this is true, because it's kind of rare when I get netherite, and I mostly already have the armor enchanted before I get the netherite, but I'd have to test that, and it might just be a theory. Most definitely is. Okay, so none of those were there in the survival. That wasn't there. That Technoblade house wasn't there. None of those farms were there. That was there. And so was this. This was the area where the leaders showed up. These were all like the pride things. I don't know which one I was. I really don't remember. All the same, I don't care. I just stood at like a random one and just listened as Wolf just talked above here. Now, of course, me and River Styx later on did have to just make a hole into here. I don't remember that being there. I think that has something to do with the storyline. Yeah, this definitely has something to do with the storyline. But it's also an XP farm. Anyways, so me and River Styx, we went all the way over there, and beforehand, River Styx was just living in here, mining for some reason at such a high altitude. And then when the final finish, when there was a finished whatever, you get what I mean. We had this. The parrots. I think there was like 2 or 3 of them actually from survival. But we made this entire berry farm. It's not that big, but we made it all in survival. And we got so many berries specifically to spite Abe, who had moved into my blue house and took like all whatever belongings were still left in there, as well as like all the furnaces. That were in there. You know. So like we did that specifically to spite him having my berry farm. And okay, that sugarcane farm, as you can still see, it used to be all the way over here. They just like forgot to harvest it, and it would go all the way up to here. So it didn't all. I was like definitely over exaggerating when I said it went around the entire lake thing, but you'd need like way too much sugarcane for that. And we probably did have enough to make it, but too lazy. So we had our base here, which was nice, and like everything that it's made out of it was made from survival. So all this obsidian, yeah. And at one point we fought with Wolf like so many times in so many different like mini battles. That she put me in visitor like multiple times, and that's one of the things of abuse of power. And I wanted to make a castle 10 times bigger because we didn't want anyone on our land, which might seem like absurd, but it's like all the way here and a little bit beyond, like up to maybe here. That was our land, pretty much, and it stopped at these trees, so it's like kind of curved. Because like we didn't want like anyone to be here, and like we wanted, it makes sense because no one should know where we are, so we should be able to have a large amount of land to like grind on. And Timmy started just living in this new place. He just made this cool castle, and it used to not have this much interior. It still had those targets and that well, but it didn't have like the roof and all these lamps. As you can see, it was completely left in survival. We had so much. That's not netherite, right? Okay. I was like, no, he didn't have more than us. But Timmy was like really rich and was actually had a kingdom of his own. He definitely did not get all these broom stands from survival, but the rest I'm pretty sure he did get. I don't know if those have to do with like anything, but. And yeah, it was really cool. So I just wanted a ton of cobblestone so I could make a castle like it. And since I was in visitor, only Riverlime and River Styx could get it. So I told them to just get 3 double chests full of cobble. And right as we were like kind of close to filling just one, Wolf put both of them on Visitor 2. Kind of sucked, and both Riverlime and River Styx sucked up here. And since I was the one who literally made the entire basement, put so many hours into getting these stone bricks and Couldn't do the floor because by then Wolf was about to like delete the server and stuff. I pretty much slept down here even though you don't see a bed. You know, there is a texture pack, so like I'm not kind of used to all this, but we had to move out, so like, we did kind of leave some things behind. But the armor stands were like right here, and all these chests had labels on them of how they were organized. And yeah, I did make the entire thing, and I did make this nether portal, and I had all that. That was, parrot was actually from survival. Took me so long to find. I don't even know where that thing is anymore. We had another sugarcane farm up there for some reason. But yeah, we had so many things, and we were like really prepared, and eventually Uni had prepared us enough so that we would have full netherite. So at that point, River Styx and River Lime mostly, stopped getting on as much. But that was because me and River Styx were just training in the hive, and I was still stuck on controller. This was a long time ago, and me and River Styx go like way back, and we were such good friends. Yeah. So when we figured out that Wolf had found out where our base was and could like steal at all times, we just had to make a new base. And I was stuck somewhere at one point, and like figured, oh, we could make a base here, but I didn't even realize that it was the place that I was stuck at. And River Styx made these weird pillars, and so you just go through this forest a little bit. It's pretty much just straight and follow the dumb pillars that lead pretty much straight to it. And then you'll see the place where I pretty much committed suicide, or you should see like a tower. Yeah, that's where I committed suicide. And I had this friend, I had this sheep that I named Friend just to copy off of Wilbur and his freaking thing. And I actually did like it. It was a nice sheep. And then Wolf killed it, but she killed it later on. So I got all the supplies again. And River Styx and River Lime were just there to kind of help and talk and fight in the wars too. We stole the banners, all these banners from Wolf because she was like, she really wanted, she really liked making banners. That's Lapis, right? We didn't just completely skip. Okay. Okay, I was like kind of worried that we just completely skipped freaking Diamond. All these furnaces somehow were from survival. Excuse me? What? Sir? At least one of these anvils were made from creative, I think. But these note blocks were made from survival. And there used to be like a sign, like right in this exact position, saying, "Don't mess with the Elite Four or whatever," because Wolf had made like the Elite Four thing, or like something like that thing. But I made pretty much all of this, and I got like half the supplies. I made a new nether portal around here, but when it was turned to creative, Wolf destroyed it. And I had armor stands and like armory behind here. And here's like, for me, I still went by Stomach like 2 years ago. That was the nickname for both of them. That's River Styx and that's River Lime, I guess. No hiding it now. Then here's where I had all the organizational stuff. Of course, I didn't know what to label these two, but I just named them. Okay, so we had all the ore that we got from the caves and treasure, whatever, and this was pretty much all stolen by Wolf when she was in creative. So you shouldn't expect to see much, but we had a ton of stuff. We actually, this entire chest and a little bit of this chest was filled with enchantment books. And you might not believe me, but it is a story that I had, so I don't care if you believe me, because I remember to the best of my memory. Here's where you see how much food we had. And we didn't farm like 2 months before the server just stopped being a thing. This entire chest was actually filled, and we had to like keep like 4 slots filled with like food or something. So a lot of this was stolen. Yeah, I'll fill it up with what we realistically had later. But this was full enchanted netherite, and of course I had my own set of netherite on all times, but it was still some on my armor set for some reason. And then we had a whole another one. We were actually known as the richest people. And if you from my first video, I told you to subscribe to a certain channel, Univods, I think it was. And if you just like comment on her video and just say, oh, what was the story to Wolf's SMP? She could say that I was like really rich too, and had all that crap. She did. She was the only person who could like really supply nether at that time, though. I mean, Wolf did too, but like barely any. Wolf made another creative world and found this, and here's where the Elite Four are coming, because she didn't tell me who the Elite Four were. Or she didn't tell me the truth, at least. She was like, don't mess with the Elite Four. Like, I don't even know who they are. I didn't mess with anyone. I'm literally just here. Then there was a lever right here and a sign with, like, saying, oh, press me or flick me or whatever with a winky face. And I was like, oh, kind of kinky. And I almost flicked it, but then my actual brain kind of kicked in and like, that's obviously a trap. Like, no one would fall for that. So I went into wherever tools are right there. I grabbed one of the 4 random iron pickaxes in there. And I just mined through, and I found 2 stacks worth of TNT behind. And that was the first suspicion that I had that Wolf was in creative. Because even though the server had been a thing for like 6 months until it was like actually like said to be turned into creative, it was still suspicious because you needed what 4 pieces of gunpowder for just 1 TNT, as well as 4 sand, but the sand doesn't really matter. And instead of stealing from us, she wanted to just blow it all up and like lose it, like make everyone lose it. Instead of just stealing from us, because then she would raise her own power and lower our power, instead of lower everyone's power and riches, because I was the one who, again, provided a lot of the dimes that went around the server, because of the 2,000, 3,000 block strip mine. Which I'm kind of proud about. So, like, I kept spamming her, like, who are the Elite Four? And, like, who put that sign there? Even though the entire time I had already, like, pretty much assumed that it was Wolf, because those were just the normal types of things that she did. She was like, oh, it was Abe, Timmy, her, and someone else that I don't remember. Could have been just the Elite 3, I don't know. And since 2/3 of those people lived in UOF, I went over with the 2 stacks of TNT and made like 16 more, with the whatever riches we had for TNT. And I just placed it around what used to be my house and blew it all up, which ended up blowing up a set of netherite armor and the entire bottom half and a few furnaces that, if you actually paid attention to the visuals, I was kind of rich in the other base. And then I went over to Timmy's house with like half a stack more TNT, because I also kind of did bomb the the tree house, but like none of it was fire, so like it shouldn't have like done anything really. Okay, those are iron doors. So this is half of this was made from survival. The other half is creative. Can't open that. But I just blew up the bottom half because I couldn't really keep the TNT or like go inside because they were. Okay, I could go inside, but you know, I couldn't really travel much else because back then there were like no buttons or levers to open the iron doors. I don't know why, but and it would be much more efficient. But since this is Blackstone, the blast uh, resistance is like really high, so I just kept it at the bottom to do whatever, and it barely did anything. And I ran out of TNT, so I couldn't do anything besides go over to Wolf's place and kill her. And at that point, I thought I had done enough, but, you know, in the past, we had so much, like, not, okay, the chest wasn't, like, filled with all these berries and bread and wheat and stuff. All those, like, fruits and actual crops and stuff. It was filled with tons of meat, and we had so much that we were able to, like, still have, like, 6 more stacks of both like raw and cooked mutton after giving Timmy, who just loved sheep and would do anything for them, 10 stacks of raw mutton. And you don't believe me, that's fine, but all that matters is that I myself remember what's going on and have this video to just go back on whenever. And that made him leave, and he didn't really come back. And of course that castle was like made, but that was after I was temporarily banned, and like at that point I didn't even have TNT to do it. This I believe is the community house. So most of it was made in creative, but it was okay. It was said to be a thing in survival, but it wasn't like fully completely made, and like we didn't have the materials to make it. So like the idea of it was made in survival, of course it was, but like this thing like wasn't, because it had like new rule books. It was like towards like the end of 2019 too, but I guess it was all here. And there was like a different thing. There was a different rule book that showed different things, but it's not here, so whatever. But basically, after that, like Wolf noticed that she was in danger, so she started to make a new base and hid somewhere in a forest. Of course, she would go back here every now and then to go to her tree farm and fishing farm, because she had things here. Okay, yeah, that's just a sapling, but okay, I had a fully enchanted both bow and fishing rod. Thing is, they had Curse of Vanishing, and for some reason, there's just this hole here. There's just this hole, and I was just fishing, and I was like, oh. And then, like, I walk back, and, like, I didn't, like, fall in that part, but, like, I fell, like, all the way through and down, and, like, I wasn't wearing, like, much armor at that time, and I just died and lost super overpowered things, and I was just so mad. But to pay that back, like, a week or two later, Wolf was just messing around with her Riptide Trident to, like, brag on everyone, because only 2 people in the server had it, and I was Wolf and someone else. But like I think it was Uni, but Uni had lost hers a while back. Actually, no, she still had it, I think, but that was given to her by Wolf. And Wolf was just messing around here, and she said she lost it in the trees because she died of fall damage, while also trying to fish at the same time. Kind of weird. And she said, like, oh, I'd give you, like, a stack of diamonds, or, like, 5 netherite if you, like, find it. And I tried so hard, but not for those diamonds or the netherite, because we were already rich in those. I just wanted Riptide Trident, because throughout having this entire server be a thing, I've never, I grinded for, like, a week straight, maybe 2, to try and get the Riptide Trident. Never once had I ever even gotten a Riptide enchantment book. So I was really looking for it. I was looking for it all around in the ocean and whatever. And it happened to just, like, never be found ever again. So, yeah. So we were having a nice day, then. And, I was like, wait. I was talking to River Styx, and I was like, do you think it would be funny if I just burned down Wolf's houses and killed her dogs, which she had about 20 of, and it used to be the house that this door leads to, because there used to be just a house that looked pretty similar to that, and it was just right here, and then there is her actual house right there, and I don't know, it used to be here. It was here like 2, maybe 3 weeks ago. Now it's not here for some reason. It's kind of weird. Alright. I don't know why all the doors from the backside, but this is where all her horses were. And like when we weren't like having battles, we decided to prank Abe by taking his horses, and he pretty much had the same relationship to his horses as Timmy did to the sheep. So we just took all of his horses, which he had about 10 of, hid them in the basement, but then like had an exact copy of the others, and just told him to come over, and like we were keeping them hostage or something, and then we killed them. And he was like so mad, but like at the same time he's kind of like too poor to kill any of us besides Uni in Riverlime. He probably had the skill to maybe kill Wolf, but not enough gear to kill like most of us. But then we later revealed to him that it was just a prank. So, like, a few weeks before that, I went into Wolf's house, did the same thing she did to my place. I grabbed a bucket of lava and burned her dogs, and then, the rest of her house burned, and then it ended up spreading to the other one, and she had, like, a horse in between the 2 houses, and that one died. So I repaid her by giving her, like, 6 stacks of wood, and to this day, she still says I never gave it to her. I had to grind so long to get more wood because I gave her so much, but she just said that. Just, no wood. No, I never got it. She didn't even appreciate anything I did. Here's where she kept all the wool, the colors, and she had to make a huge sheep farm, and it ended up going like all the way up to where this flag is, I guess, somewhere along that line. And all of them had different dyed colors, and they were put in different pens. And me and Wolf, at some point, just had a war. Or not a war, but like a mini fight. And I was on the roof of her new built doghouse. No, I was not on the roof of anything. Okay, I was on the roof of this house. And then I got down to shoot her with my max enchanted bow, which took me 2 months to fully grind for. And maybe, yeah, I did spend like a week or 2 on like doing other things that didn't concern the bow. But I had fully enchanted things, and we were just having a fight, and we killed like half the sheep here, and Timmy was so mad, like we asked him to make a new one, and I was just so close to getting the achievement, because I was grinding achievements on this server. Now I have 85, maybe 86 achievements on my Xbox account, and who knows how many I have on this account. definitely not the same man. But like, we never got that ever again. It just never became a thing. But every like other day, I started stealing from Wolf's farm, which used to be this. It was filled with things, and now it's just completely gone. And I just kept insisting her until like I like, finally got the answer to where like a hint would be to her base. So like like oh okay, and I was looking for forest, and well the thing is, when I was going back to this castle. No, not going back, but like when I was just heading out randomly, I was just over here and I was like, ooh, I wonder where these blocks lead to. And I found a forest and I decided to explore into it. So I just went a little far into it and I was like, oh, it stops here, but the blocks keep going. That was made in creative, so it like wasn't here before. And I was like, oh, the blocks keep going, but like I went like a little bit off track for some reason, of course. And ended up seeing this village, but I saw this village a long time ago and ended up grinding a villager until it got to sharpness 5, but then Wolf kidnapped it and made it her own villager, and I was like, oh, I don't know what happened to that one. So I found this place, and I just explored it until I found this house. Now, of course, at the time, I was like, right over here. No, I wasn't over there. I was definitely further back. Ignore all like the dicks. That was made by someone else. And then I noticed something somehow. There was like an animal farm out front, so I like noticed that and I was like, "Ooh, what's that? Could that possibly be Wolf's base?" So I went all the way over here. I don't even know where her base is anymore. Oh! I gotta mention that later too. That was like much before this. So yeah, I go over here. That was where something was. I don't know. And then I was like, ooh, this is Wolf's base. And then, see? Okay, she was kind of poor. Not gonna lie. Mending, powerful. Except it doesn't have infinity. It sucks. I don't know why you have so many beds. What the heck? Why do you keep that? Here's where her things were. The villagers that I had. Ignore the name. Ignore the names. Okay, I don't know where my sharpness farmer was, but I think it died while I was like just exploring and a zombie came in or something. Oh, there it is. And okay, she had like 10 cats and like 5 dogs in here. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna kill your pets. Like I literally like she was just on doing like random stuff, and I just went on my phone and just texted her. Okay, well I might have had a phone back then. I'm not sure. I don't think I did, but still. I went on my phone and I talked to her, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna kill your pets if you don't get on." So she gets on, and she like I for like a couple seconds I walk away from the base, and she's already at her base, and she took some things, and I just had to grab my full enchanted netherite and stuff. And I ran at her, and like she was running towards Syra, but I was running from Syra, so like she saw me, and I was like, and she was like, oh crap, and like turned the other way. But thing is, I had ender pearls, like over 2 stacks of ender pearls, and I think over 6 stacks in the chest. So I just teleported to her, and I started killing our dogs until like we all like we ran until we went all the way back to her house, and then I realized, crap, I can't hit her. Like the server's not laggy because like she has like really good internet and it's like running off of that. It's like pretty much never bad. And my internet wasn't ever bad. I wasn't on visitor, so I could still hit things. And like I hit her and like tried to crit her of like 6 times, but it just wasn't registering. And I was like, okay, yeah, she's in creative. A few seconds later, she like quits the server, and then a few seconds after that, I'm on visitor, and then she like comes back. So I'm assuming she just didn't want to lose more of her pets, I guess. But she lost like 75% to 80% of them. I don't know why these people are spamming me to a party when I literally told them I can't do it today. Yeah. And then, okay, she had like half this sugarcane farm, 20% of that cow farm, and about only these 2 layers of this farm, and what was survival, I guess. But at that point, it was confirmed that she was in creative, and everyone realized, and she put me, River Styx, and River Lime all on visitor. And the thing is, River Styx and River Lime just never got on anymore, because like they were just too busy on rather living in the real world like normal people, or just grinding in Hive. So what happened was they made a prison for me. Like, they temporarily banned me again, and they made a prison for me, and like it was like a week, and then they said, oh yeah, we only had an hour, but no, it was like a literal week. And like these holes weren't there. Uni was here to just decorate my room, and I was able to convince her to give me an ender chest. I don't know where it went, and I convinced Wolf to put me back a member. Thing is, I had already prepared for this before and put things in Abe's ender chest because I could never find the fortress ever. So I happen to have like pretty much fully enchanted netherite pickaxe, and they had a friend, the sheep, right here, and that cage wasn't there before, and they was like right above lava. So I just broke them out and then turned the lava into obsidian. And for some reason they had a back door. That hole wasn't there. They had a back door, and I just hit it with this banner. And this obsidian wasn't here until like 2 weeks after. And then Abe made this little hole, and then they just kept spawn killing me. But I had all this, and friend was just set free. I don't know where he is. I'm pretty sure he was killed. Like, he was nuked. I'm pretty sure. Afterwards. But when I was a member, I like managed to escape after several deaths, and I completely juked Abe so many times in this water by just doing these movements, and like there's like so much seaweed, so it was like over here just in the seaweed, and he like couldn't hit me, or like he had to break the seaweed. Well, okay, I don't know if that's actually called seaweed, but whatever. And yeah, he made a new house like right here. I don't know if Uni made this in a tutorial, or if he actually, or if Abe actually like made that himself, possibly through a tutorial. And that track was there, was here like in survival too, but like no one really ever used it in their entire life. And just randomly, I'd just come here and mine down here for stone whenever I needed it. I don't know where half this stuff is coming from. I don't know where you get an enchantment book from mining. Or 62 name tags. That had to be from creative. I mean, me and Wolf did a lot of fishing together, like right here. And okay, we had a whole chest and turned it into a whole double chest filled with saddles just from fishing. And thing is, like, we had really high enchanted fishing rods, so like they could have just like been constantly picking up saddles. But we were picking up saddles more than a person with a normal fishing rod could pick up any of the like trash items like string or cod. It was like, okay, like I think we had like a 6 streak of getting just saddles and nothing else. And not like both of us together streak. Like one of us made like a 6 streak, and then I had to like make this little wall so that skeletons wouldn't be shooting me like all the time, and like I could actually get some close range battle things if it did shoot me from around the wall. So we had like a lot of that. So after I escaped that like multiple times, I decided to go to UOF and make a new prison. And of course, that I said I would explain that later. That was actually made pretty early on in the server. It's supposed to be a drug hut. Don't do drugs. I'm telling you, just don't. Make jokes about it, but just don't do them. And me and Wolf were also planning on just making a whole rail system. I don't know what happened to it now. It was literally here a few days ago. It was fully finished just a few days ago. I don't know what happened to it. I really don't. What's up? What's going on with that Christmas tree? I don't get it. But this was here from the start. Not that thing at the top, but these things. I don't know what happened to these ladders either. I really don't. But this is a long story, I know. But to be fair, this server like did go on for nearly a year. So there's a lot to tell, especially since most of the things that happened had like revolved around me and Wolf. But I basically made these little platforms so I wouldn't have to just do parkour every time over these dirt things. Of course, if I fell down one of them, I would have plenty of time to react to hit the ladder, but if I fell in between, I'd have to work on my clutching skills, and of course, whenever I did it, I'd rather click too fast or Minecraft was just bugged. I'm pretty sure Minecraft was just bugged, so it would just instantly take it. Now on my mouse, I'm more convinced that I just click too fast, but it is still to this day a possibility that it's just bugged. And I die so many times. One time when I had my fully enchanted netherite pickaxe, I fell all the way from up top there and missed my clutch here. And like when I came back to get my stuff, both my bow and my sword was missing. I was like, "Hey, Wolf, did you take it?" And she was like, "No." And like half the time she wasn't even responding. What? Huh. It's been on it for too long. Oh no, that never happened before though. It could be texture pack. Anyways. Yeah. Okay. So that tells most of the story. Except I need to finish the prison thing. Okay, to this day I'm still impressed by what I did. They made a huge obsidian prison. They had obsidian, lava, and then more obsidian, and then they put bookshelves and everything except for an ender chest. And then they had a bed, and they were like, click it. I was in visitor, though, so it would look like I punched the bed either way, and I was like, well, since I'm punching an object in visitor, it would just make the punching sound, but hopefully their IQ is just too low and don't realize it. So I just punched the bed, and since I was in visitor, it wouldn't make any breaking sounds. Like if you're punching like wood. And so they thought I set my spawn. So Wolf was just watching as Uni was on the outside making the prison because I was obviously too dangerous. I was like the richest person and I was the most skilled person on the server. Or was I? I was. And I was apparently the smartest because I was breaking through the obsidian and Wolf's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm escaping. And like, she was like, how? And I was like, hope. And obviously I had a plan, but I didn't want to tell her because only an idiot would tell your enemy the plan to escape their prison. Unless they're that cocky, but whatever. So when I finally broke out of the final piece of obsidian with my bare hand, I was like, see ya. And then I went into the lava and I slowly burned. She was like, huh. And then she, like, after like 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds of waiting, she realized I was gone. And my spawn point was set at the hunter's base. Which I currently do the hunter's base. We call it ourselves the hunters, and now we call ourselves the assassins because it's so much better than the hunters. Even though the hunters actually does sound like a good name for us, the assassins is just much cooler. Anyways, the hunter's base was over there. We went by hunters back then, but I still had my spawn like set over there or something like that. So I grabbed all my armor. Okay, I did what I could. I grabbed what I could so I could go as fast as possible, which was just the ender pearls. I literally just grabbed like 5 ender pearls and then I used them all to go to the village that we talked about over here. I went to this village and I mined around here somewhere and I just went straight down. It's in one of these corners. It was in a corner, okay? That's all I know. It was in a corner in that section of the village. And I just dug straight down to bedrock with my bare hand until I was, and then I was just put in visitor. They couldn't find me, and I ended up just getting bored and just holding my cords, and like, everyone was in creative. So Uni made her little thing over here. And I was stuck in visitor for like most of the time creative was playing. But she made that, she put like most of her armor there, and I really to this day don't know what ever happened to her treehouse. I don't know what that is either. I'll check it later. So they just made this, they repaired Timmy's thing, and made whatever thing under the waterfall, which used to be actually, Uni's vault, but everyone knew where it was. And she had a basement where no one would go in. It was, I don't know, like right here. She probably like buried it completely, but it's worth a try. Yeah, she had something there where there was a basement to all of her belongings and stuff, and there was a netherite. I don't know why you'd keep that there. I'm saying, like, don't go down there, because that's the same thing that happened with Wolf. Like, she had a basement with a trapdoor, and there's a sign saying, don't go down there, and literally everyone on the server went down there. In fact, there was even a well-known back door somewhere around here, or maybe it was here, possibly here. Okay, not here then. It was like right here, somewhere around here. Okay, there was like a water elevator putting up and down, and that was where River Line used to live at some point. Now there's one more thing until I can end the story to where I most remember it. Besides the fact that this doesn't matter. That's where I got banned again for just complaining to Wolf. Over here, this was like kind of in the middle when the story when like things were still settled, and it's kind of a big part. Kind of. Abe made it all in survival and wanted it to be like a little country, kind of, but it's just this. So yeah. He made that. He had like 3 chests for me, Uni, and himself, I guess, and he brought us here, and to make it quicker, he like got a horse specifically for each of us, told us to put everything in the chest, and then told us to grab it again so we just put it in the chest, and then for like no reason, I guess. And like both Abe and Uni had it all planned. I just had the materials to do it. And so Uni had made like 3 different books for contracts, like a restraining order against Wolf because she just kept ruining the server practically. Me and Wolf kind of together, we caused pretty much all the drama, but I blame Wolf for all of it because I have good reason. Okay, I tell the story here. Of course, I'm forgetting key details. Okay, not key details, but like a lot of the reason why she did some of the things. Like, I mean, I guess like every other day, I used to like go on the server and steal like very minor things, so minor and so little that like you could barely notice. And then it eventually got larger and larger until I stole like 5 enchanted bows and a few golden apples. But I did all that after like she did a few griefings and stealing and killing me. And if you want more information, you could just ask Wolf herself. And she has a channel. She did comment on my most popular video that has 3.7 thousand views currently. It's called my first perfectly cut video. I don't know why people watched it. I guess it was on the feed thing, so like they were kind of forced to watch it, I guess. But still, she commented on that, and she's Ripper Wolf. Yeah, she doesn't have like any videos really, but I don't know. You can just comment on her comment. She should get like a YouTube notification and just check it. Anyways, yeah, so with this, we filed restraining orders, and at this point of time, I had fully enchanted diamond armor. And Uni and Abe, okay, Abe had just full iron armor, and that's it. Uni had like 1 piece enchanted, and like everyone's weapons were enchanted though. So like, we went over to Wolf's base. I'm so sorry about all these inappropriate builds. I mean, I may have made like half of them, but still. So let's say Wolf's base was right here, and it looks very similar to that one. There's like smoke coming out of it, like there's whatever. So like we were waiting outside her base, and she comes out, and we keep messaging her to like join the party, but it's the only thing she doesn't do. So she realizes that we're like fully geared, like 3 people fully geared, just waiting outside her house, telling her to join a party suspiciously. So she has like nothing on, so she just goes back in her house real quick and puts on all of her armor. And then we're like, hey, you need to sign these, or whatever, restraining orders, or take them. And like, if she gets anywhere like 1,000 blocks near us, not 1,000 blocks, but it was like 500 blocks, something like that. And then you have to pay us 2 diamonds each, which I just didn't care. Like, I was like, it could be just 1 diamond, and like, they were both, like, both Uni and, Abe were just like, no, you need to, like, make her pay more. And I was like, but I'm already rich, I don't need that. Like, it could be netherite. And they're like, then fine, netherite. But, like, thing is, Wolf only had, like, 1 piece of netherite armor. Maybe 2. So she was really poor on netherite and probably couldn't pay us, but I guess that is a reason. To, like, make her not want to go near us, but still. She was most poor on diamonds. Out of everything, she was most poor on diamonds. And the hunters or actually literally assassins or hitmen, really. They're hitmen. People pay us to kill people. So Uni just kept paying me, Netherite, to constantly kill Wolf. Like, we were in Syra, there's like a soul sand track for us to do soul speed on. And, like, every now and then Wolf would come to UOF, and then Uni would just pay me a netherite ingot and, like, say, oh yeah, go kill her. So I just go quickly put on my full enchanted netherite. And one of the times I was so cocky, I even put my helmet off. And the thing is, I've explained in, like, one or two other videos of playing Minecraft on servers, if you don't have, like, if you're missing one piece of armor, expect to be dead. Because that one piece of armor, even if it's just boots, it could kill you so much. Because weapons are just so overpowered, especially if they're enchanted. Like, it's just unreal. I don't get what Minecraft thinks is fair about that, but you know, yeah. So I was at, like, kind of a disadvantage in a way, but I did have more skill and more enchantments. So I broke her boots. I took, like, half of her stuff and told her I just didn't take it because I found it useful, like a few golden apples and ender pearls. I was like, oh yeah, I didn't take it, and, like, I kept pointing to her. Like, I kept telling her, like, okay, there's your actual stuff, and I gave, like, some of it back. Of course, like, she still got to keep whatever armor survived and weapons and everything besides, like, 2, maybe 3 gapples and same amount of ender pearls. I was like, it's literally right here. I showed her the exact spot, and she was like, you're not showing me. Like, you still owe me all my stuff back. Like, first off, like, I was literally hired to do it. Not my fault. Second off, it's right in front of you. And I was just so mad. I was so mad and sick of her BS because she did so many things, like, just like that. So many times. So much that my video probably couldn't even, like, record, like, all of it. And I probably don't even remember half of it, but I know she did it, like, so many times. So anyways, me and Wolf constantly fought about, like, oh, you need to follow these rules. And, like, I was like, well, there's no rule book. Well, that's because it got burned somehow. And, like, it's like, that's not my fault that you never showed anyone the rule book. And she's like, literally everyone saw it. And I was like, since when? Because, like, no one told me about it. Like, everyone, like, said, no, we didn't see anything. And I was like, yeah, nah. So she came out with, like, a book after receiving the contracts or whatever. And it was the rule book, and she was like, sign it. And I was like, if I don't sign it, then the rules don't apply to me, especially since I don't live in your country. Since you're the one who made the rules, that means it only applies to the places that you control, which technically she controlled the entire server, but for legal reasons, she pretty much only controlled, her, say. By legal reasons, I mean Minecraft law. As a Minecraft player, and there's a little bit of roleplay, with friends, with a situation like this, you should pretty much be only allowed to control the amount of land that you have. Anyways, like, I was like, no, but thanks for showing me. So I dropped it back to her, and how? So, we just used a flint and steel. Could have swore I heard a flint and steel. Alright, whatever. Anyways, yeah, just gave her back, and then she instantly just came out with the bow, pointed it at Uni. I was like, hey, put the gun down, because I was also kind of hired to do that, guard Uni. And, like, she was like, no, you put down yours first. And she was the one who put it up first, and, like, she has broken so many, like, promises and trust. And I was like, no, you put yours first. So it was just a constant thing until I just got sick of holding left trigger and just like, you know what, I'm just gonna shoot you. So we had a little mini war, and somehow she was like getting me like really low. And I had Frostwalker too at the time, so we were like fighting through the ocean, and she just kept targeting Uni for some reason. A was like instantly bulleted out of there, like at the time when she gave me the thing. But yeah, so like I was drowning her with the Frostwalker, but she got out. She started fighting me, and I had so much more things, so many more things. I mean, and like so much more enchantments. Yeah. Okay, so 3 minutes passed. Sorry for the wait. Yeah. So we had a huge war, and I was at like 3-2 hearts, so like I kind of ran away a little bit, then ate Gapple, and then Ender Pearled away, because I, like, Uni was already out there, Abe was already out there, no one was helping me, and for some reason, Minecraft is broken, and the slightest bit of an advantage that she had, which was one piece of netherite, she had gold armor on, too. I had like thorns and protection of 3, and she just has gold armor and like one piece of nether, and she barely had any like actual good boots. I mean, the boots were netherite, the nether part. The leggings were the gold part, but like they were practically broken, both of them. What is wrong with you, Minecraft? Makes no sense. Not. Yeah, so I just went back because my armor was like at a quarter of its health, so I just instantly repaired it. And then, like, later she apparently accepted it. And that's the end of that. So it was just put in creative. No one played for like 3 months, maybe 4. No one played for like 4 months. And then when people start playing again, the 2 OG houses, the doghouse didn't really matter too much, but still, the flag was gone. The 2 OG houses, the Uni's, I don't know what it was, tree house thing was gone, and I'm assuming my blue house was just gone the entire time. I mean, it could be that it was just mined. Well, yeah, that's all I could think of. Cause like it did take up from like there to, I don't know, here. So that would like barely make the cut for this house. So it was probably destroyed. I don't even care about my blue house. It would be nice to have it back. I kind of want to just destroy this house, to be honest with you. But if we get this tree house back, and if we get the 2 OG houses back somewhere in Syra, then I'll be alright. And then, yeah, that's the entire past of Wolf's server. This video is long enough, so I gotta like make it quick. I don't know how to make an actual outro, so I'll just end it in Syra, my well-known enemy. Of course, after that, me and Wolf we're pretty cool to this day. I'm gonna start destroying some of the inappropriate builds. But otherwise, yeah, that's the end of this, I guess. Yeah, bye. Have a good day.